Hello, good evening, everyone, from my end. So, I don't know how clear that I am, but I think it's pretty much at the top of the time this afternoon, evening, and also night, depending on where you're joining us from. Oh, awesome. I can see people coming in. Just go ahead and leave a comment of your presence so that I know the people who are currently on the chat with me because, like I said, this week is the beginning of our project week. So, we want to ensure that we're getting as many results as possible. So I think this is the first time we are having a presence. Okay, let me see how this is. Please, if you're here already, coming in, just go ahead and leave a comment. So if you're here already, kindly just leave at the comment section that you're here. I'm going to see the names. I think I'll drop our attendance so that we are able to have everybody coming. Awesome. Uh, Paste. Okay, so good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Like I said, this week is pretty much going to be lots of projects on hand because I think we had one missed day, which was yesterday. We had one missed day yesterday, so that was because I had an event, and then of course it went into the night because we had some challenge. Okay, awesome, Grace. Thank you so much for coming in super early as well. I celebrate you. Just go ahead and help me fill the attendance form because um we're going to further group everybody based on the people who are available because we don't want the fact that we don't want to group people that are not around, so that it will be very helpful for producing results. So good to see you here as well. So I'm going to be going quick into our conversations for the entire week. So we've talked about essentially what skills you're ready to offer. We've given assignments for brands, brand statements, brand strategy, brand story, and all that. And I'm hoping because I saw a lot of persons drop their assignments in the Google Word, which is super amazing already. So this week is a week to take out. Okay, I think something is going on here. Just give me a moment. Oh, okay. So I can see that. Oh, LinkedIn is connected. I'm so sorry if you're watching from LinkedIn. I This was not the plan, so I apologize. We're gonna be switching that off because it's actually our in-house meeting. So sorry, everyone. It was already it was a misclick. How do I end it on LinkedIn now? Okay, awesome. So I can see Esther. Please go ahead and fill the forms. The attendance list. Let me see what is going on here. Can't I cancel it? Let me see if I can cancel it from that end. Okay, edit channels. Yes. I'm so sorry. I can see people from LinkedIn. I apologize. This was not the plan, so I'm going to take it out. It's an in-house meeting. So sorry. I'm going to be ending it on LinkedIn in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sorry. Okay, that's awesome. Okay, why are people still here? Awesome. Good evening, Messi Jones. Good to see everyone. Please just give me a moment because it's been super wired for. Mhm. Okay, awesome. Let me see something. Okay, I want to make sure that I correct that. Okay, awesome. Good. Let me hope that it's still not live on LinkedIn. Okay, so please, if you're just joining in, just let me know your journey so far. What are the things you've done so far? I just need to confirm that this is not on because. Okay, I think I've ended it. Okay, so good evening, everyone. It's good to see everybody who has joined in so far. Please, we're going to do quickly because I'm going to have the honor again to interview everybody who missed out. This is probably the last call, right? Yes, awesome. Good to see everyone here. Okay, so we're going to quickly just see how far we've all done as regards to assignments. I'm hoping so. Please, if you've done your assignments already, just type yes so that we can just move on. This new week is our project week, and until you do that project, you won't know. It's from today onwards that, of course, the classes will now be divided across divides. The people in the Sapphire will have one more class, and then I'll be able to sustain the inner, but that's the gold member, so that we can do a lot more than we have planned for already. So please just go ahead and tell me yes so that we just hit it. Let's just start going from there. Mm, yes, okay, awesome, awesome, that's lovely. Who else, please? Let me just see, at least let me just see three four um answers, and then we'll move straight into our compositions for the night as well. Okay, so okay. Okay, so only Miss Yemi said yes. So every other person have not done the assignments. The reason why I'm making us say yes is because it will be obvious if you don't do your assignments properly. Like some of the people who tagged me on their posts, I was able to go into their DMs to actually make those corrections. So I noticed that some people didn't tag me, but then I don't have 10 heads, right? If you tagged me, it will be easier for me to just go straight to the post and make some of the corrections. And I was sure that I was able to do that. Then some of our brand stories were not really giving the vibe. So this is me probably just starting off with a little review from our last week. Then we move straight into our conversations for the night. So some of our reviews were not give our brand story was not, it wasn't reflective. I could even call names, but I think it's not necessary to call names, but I wish I did, right? um some of your brand stories were not really reflective. It wasn't, there was no connection. You were not evoking any form of emotions when people read. Some people was literally almost like you copied AI and then edited it, and you know how emotionless AI can be. So it's not even something you do to yourself, you would want to permit yourself to go through. So that's why I'm more of in the place of okay, if at all you're going to write something that can make people work with you, okay, that can make people work with you. So but I'm grateful that we are done with week 1. Is already obvious that you have decided on what you want to offer. That's for people who didn't really have clarity as regards whether they should go financial or not. We're able to clear that in the first round. Now, this is our second week, and please, I'm begging you guys, don't sleep on me, right? I'm seeing our body language, obviously. Well, that's why I call this the monetization boot camp. If it was maybe the implementation boot camp, it might be a little bit different, but I would want, of course, there's no money without implementation. I'm going to say it clearly again. There is no money without implementation. For those people who didn't do the assignments, I don't know what you're looking for. I mean, you want me to, I don't know, do magic or something. Okay, you didn't do what I asked you to do. And then how are we going to do it? Okay. So, like I said, for some of us, maybe people who were offering businesses, your brand story might not necessarily mean, or what's the word? For those people who are offering services, your brand story might not, yes, can emanate from your childhood, your experiences, and how you're able to offer an excellent service. But also, what you needed to have added is the people you work with. So I say it again and again: metrics, metrics, metrics. Keep documentations of all the people you've worked with, your ROI, the percentage improvement of your before and after. We discussed this on the first of our first meeting that took 5 hours. I don't know, maybe people got exhausted at some point. I don't know. But anytime I read some of the posts, I really get confused because I'm like, okay, I understand that maybe I might be overly enthusiastic and maybe I'm expecting too much, but that's how money works. It's not necessarily me. It's money making those demands from us. There's literally the body language of people who are expecting to make money. And for those people who have always been following up, who have been showing up, who have been doing all the assignments, I would say again that I totally appreciate you, right? For those people who already have their accountability partners and their teams, please, you might need to work a little closer because I'm not noticing, I've not started feeling the community vibe yet from this particular camp. All of you are just giving busy, busy. Well, I don't know why, but the I mean, how can you explain that 40 something persons and then at the end of the day we don't really have much people coming up to posts? Some of us post whenever we want, right? Like I said, it's still not a challenge if you engage more. LinkedIn is about engagement for some people who don't understand. So if you're seeing people having 400 likes and comments, 500, even me, I know that I'm not even engaging as much. Okay, but then there are other things that I'm leveraging on that I'm also going to let the people in the gold camp know, right? So, but I'm even me, I literally tell myself every single time. So today you might not have seen my post go up, okay, because my post went up very late yesterday. But I have stayed on LinkedIn as much as it was within my power, and I've been engaging, went for meetings and all that. So this is how to also win on LinkedIn. So for some of you who just spend, I literally know when I see your post, I know that you're a post and ghost. I know, and you know, LinkedIn doesn't forgive. The algorithm was set for that way. So you can't be telling me that, oh, you're all about LinkedIn, you're working so hard, you're looking for clients, and the algorithm will be unfavorable to you. It's not possible. So if you're in this camp and you're still having 5 likes and comments, I know. I literally know what is going on. So nobody can actually tell me anything otherwise. So I know that you're not actually paying attention, or you're not certain that this is really what you want to get out of this camp. And then for me, it's a painful feeling, right? To have people commit with their monies, commit with their time, and they're not willing to do the work that is with it. So that's where my challenge is. And then one of the things I've noticed is that the hashtag is actually supposed to bring us together. The LinkedIn algorithm makes sure that people who are on a particular hashtag connect easily with other persons. So, but then I notice that I don't see it as often. Then, okay, I don't get tagged again. So I can't even do reviews when I want to, right? But then, of course, I still make some of you, I entered your DMs and I spoke with you. But then I would say it again. When it comes to creating your brand statement, your personal branding, of course, is going to evolve. That's why it's always better that you even do the assignments first of all, before you wonder if you're going to get the what's the word now? If you're going to get these if you're that's the word. It's better you do the assignments because the more you do it, actually, better you get refined as communicating whatever you do. That's what people don't understand. Okay, so for our projects for this week, I'm announcing it quickly. Part of things we're going to be doing is that we're going to get clients via our posts. Okay, so for day one, we're going to be offering. I'm going to send the sample post already ahead of Monday. Tomorrow, you can just do your Happy Social Sunday or worship place, depending on your spirituality or where you serve. Okay, for me, it pretty much is church. So I'm going to talk about church, and then, of course, events that is coming up Sunday evening as well. I've also noticed that nobody posted the event. I was like, okay, so I'm now super confused. Okay, so what are we doing in this group? Because I'm becoming a little bit worried. Okay, so a lot of people are using some people are using the wrong hashtag. Okay, so I'm getting some feedbacks here. Okay, so please let's mind not to use the wrong hashtags, right? Please let's mind not to use the wrong hashtags because we won't see you if you use the wrong hashtag. And it's been everywhere. I'm hoping, okay, let me just write that down now. So just give me a moment as I focus to type something out. So I don't put anybody on the spots. 21 days. It's pretty simple. 21 days monetization. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, ma'am. Debbie, I really, really appreciate that. I think I shared the people who posted, yes. Some people posted and I shared it as well. Monetization boot camp. Okay, okay, okay. Thank you for that as well. Good evening, Roslyn. I can see you. Monetization boot camp, please. Because I, when it comes to money, there's an attitude to it. I totally understand that some of us can be super busy. I don't know when we talk about busy. I'll still say it again. Me, I don't know who is more busier than I am. But then, of course, I apologize if you're super busy. Of course, who can measure really how what really business is to all of us, right? So I can't really blame anybody at all. But there's a so that at the end of the 3 weeks, right? So that at the end of the 3 weeks, you don't start feeling like, okay, you paid money and you didn't get results when you're not ready for implementation. The whole idea is also for us to follow you up to ensure that you're doing the right thing, right? I mean, I don't know who will give you 5 hours. I'm just even thinking about all the stretches that we're doing. In fact, if we didn't have a meeting yesterday, it's obviously because some of you came up with some tangible content reasons why we couldn't meet up. And it's totally fine. For me, that's how I work. It's very fine for me, right? But then we need to show the signs that we want to be helped. I mean, I'm saying it again. I think somebody was saying it outrightly this evening as I went for a meeting. That some communities, even after you have paid, they will purposely hide some what do they call it, they will still get keep, they don't want people to know some of the secrets, and I will just unleash. I don't know whether my ability to unleash is making everybody, is it that you're overwhelmed? Please, if you're currently overwhelmed, maybe what we are doing in the camp is too much, please just type overwhelmed so that I know. Maybe now all the next camp we're going to do, we'll just say today we'll say personal branding, tomorrow we'll now say okay, this challenge to know your skills. Abi, is that how people want? You don't, as in, like, you don't place so much value on your money that okay, you don't want to just learn and just move. I don't know. That's how my mind works. So if it's too much, let me just know that okay, maybe I'm offering too much. Oh, okay. Somebody has. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, so sorry about that. Okay. Okay, so sorry about. So if the camp is overwhelming, because I know that a lot of person are not doing the assignments, even from your conversations on what's the word now? Some of your conversations online, I can't, even when I read your post, I'll just put my, that's the ones that I decided to look for by myself. When I sit, I just put my I just put my hand on my head. And you won't believe that even this tagline, we have put it on the group severally. So I don't know. Okay, so I apologize for that. Maybe we needed to have maybe put several reminders on that as well. Okay, so that's number one. We've been able to do a few reviews. So now we're deep into why we are here. Okay, so every week was that we're able to carry everybody along in the sense that whether or not you've ever offered a skill before, we asked you to get your reviews. So now that we have gotten our reviews, right? So our post for next week, our project basically is this, is divided into two. One is general projects, which is everybody's going to do that. In fact, from our Monday post, we should all post with that in mind. I think I have a what's the word template already. I'm going to check through my camp um, archives, right? We already have a template that everybody will use, but I'm going to set it straight as a reminder because I was saying that a lot of persons who probably should already by now you should have gotten all your reviews because we had discussed that as of that last week. So I moved from skills, right? So we move, I'm going to just give a quick recap. The skills you have to offer, the details of those people you've worked with, the recommendations you should have received from them. Okay, let me be slower. Skills you have to offer, the reviews and recommendations you should have received from them, right? Your to-do list is the certifications you probably feel that if you have, you'll be more comfortable to work with more clients on that. Okay, so these particular certifications are more like a long-term goal, right? So that you don't go now and say, "Oh, I'm trying to read," when you're in a boot camp that's already geared towards making you do the work, right? So reviews, So we said skills that you want to offer, reviews and recommendations. If you need to be certified in it, you get certified, right? I said certifications can be a long-term goal. Then the next is we having offers. So far we've been able to talk about helping people. Now for the new week on Monday, we're all going to be offering a freemium, a short-time freemium. Like I said again, if you need to give, if you say jump on a free call, most people, I don't know, they take those calls for granted, in the sense that it's possible that people can register with your Calendly, and because you're trying to represent your brand, you do your makeup, do everything, and then by the time you show up, you realize that you probably be the only one there because the person just felt that they didn't pay, so they're not even bothered. Okay, so if you're a graphic person, you can say that you're going to give 3 persons or 2 persons, just based on your energy and what you can carry, right? Based on what you can carry, because now sometimes people might, um the thing is, what you would do is give an opportunity for a wide range of persons. Okay, let me make it simpler and let me be less speedy. Everybody here, we talked about Google Form last week. Please have a Google Form for Monday. So as I speak, just leave in the comment section, do you know how to generate a Google Form? If you don't know, just write no, I cannot. If you can, just say yes, so that we'll just move into the next. If you can't, we'll just do a quick tutorial now, so that everybody who is currently on this call is going to have a Google Form already waiting for Monday. Awesome. So I can see Chinazor said yes, she can. So let me have more people speaking. Please go ahead. Let's know where we are right now. Because today is going to be a short meeting. And I can see some people already in the studio. If you're ready to come on, you normally would turn on your videos, but then you can just wait till after the session. You can turn on your video then if you're not comfortable, or if you're not ready for being on live. Okay, awesome, awesome. So please let's keep sharing if you can do that, so that we can just go quickly to the next project. You have a Google form also, so you can reuse that. Awesome, awesome. Okay. So now, as we are replying, I will not be waiting. Let me just be dishing it out so that I don't lose as many. I don't lose anybody on this call, as we all are here. Okay. So essentially, this is what I'm offering. I'm saying everybody should do on Monday. You're going to create some form of scarcity. Okay. So we can open up an opportunity for, let's say, about 30 persons, but you will say that you pick only 3. Okay. You open an opportunity for about 30 persons. So if you're a website person, okay, it's almost impossible for you to do any website free from scratch, right? But you can, what you do, you can give them at cost level. Okay, you're going to buy the domain, you're going to buy this, you're going to buy that. So if you're a website person, this is what you can do. Okay, you're going to buy this, you're going to buy that. But on your posts, let it be obvious that it's a freemium, right? But then of course you're not charging, because if the person has to pay for the domain, it's not, if it was your offering, that's when you can call it free. But so long as it's outside your reach, it can't be free. Okay, so let's say profile revamp. So for people who are here and they are into their personal branding strategies, they are graphic designers, you can offer to make graphics. You say that the form is open to, let's say, about 20 persons, but you only the first 3 persons will get to what you would get to work with, that you announce the first 3 persons, right? Okay, so everybody, please, I can see 9 persons on the live, and then some people inside the studio. Please just say the amount of persons. Say if you can do a Google form, because we need to move on to the next thing as well. Okay, sorry, let me just do a few things. Okay, so Japheth was the last person. Who else is responding? Please, I want everybody to respond. Okay. Okay. So I've been able to put a little reminder in the group. Okay, so awesome. Okay. So one of the things we're going to do is just know that those information you're going to get are precious to you, and then you should always learn to convert them to a, what do they call it, a spreadsheet. Okay, so we're going to be having offering on Monday. Like I said, I'm going to send the templates for how to come up the emotionality of giving an offer, right? So that it's not entirely what's the word now? It's not entirely, so that people don't look down on something simply because you're going to offer. Now the thing is, if you know that you've not worked on with anybody from the business aspect of what you do, if you've not yet worked with anybody, because there are some people here that I noticed that some of the things you do are community based, right? Some of the things you do, the only way you can scale is by community based of their foundations, right? I can't remember being on a call with Mrs. Yemi, so I don't know how we're going to do this, but let's see if you can come in this night, right, in the question, if at all you need, if you feel like maybe you need any form of counsel in that direction as regards finances, right? Because I don't know how you're getting money in. I've been following your work please pretty closely, so I don't know how you get money on the table. That might just be something we need to discuss, but thank God you're also a gold member, so we'll be able to discuss that a little bit by the time we start. So Monday, gold members, we're meeting again. In fact, 2 days stretch. We're doing Monday and Tuesday for gold members. Then volunteers will be meeting tomorrow by, okay, now I have a meeting by 12 and 5. That's where the challenge is. Well, we can just meet on Monday. We'll get a better time to meet on Monday so that we can all just hit the ball rolling. So if you're here, please let's put in more momentum. Okay, awesome. So Miss Yemi, that would be lovely if I see you tonight. Like I said, today's class is going to be very short. So what we're going to do as well is that we said we're going to have offers on Monday. You're going, trust me, you're going to see a lot of persons come in. It's going to give you an idea of the people who would want to work with you. There are certain requests you're going to have for everybody you're going to work with, right? We're also going to coin out those requests like share the posts, requests like please at the end of this when I produce your results, you're going to write me a recommendation. You're literally in your Google form, all these things. So if you have a general Google form, you might need to get a special one for these offers because you're going to make them tick it as required. Since you all can use your Google form already, so you already know what to type, what to tell the persons, how to tick required. Okay, I'll do two website and SEO audits already. Okay, two websites and SEO audits for already existing. Awesome, Neddy. Awesome, Neddy. I think I would work with you on that. Let's see. Maybe I've already. Okay, no. Do I want to do that? Let's just talk. If you can come into the studio at the end of today's events, please. Let's talk in that direction as well. Okay. So the goal is we want as many reviews as possible, right? And we want reviews just as we had spoken earlier last week. We want reviews directly. Okay, so at any point, if you're not hearing me, please let me know. We want reviews directly to our LinkedIn. That's number one recommendation. So you're going to put all those in your request. That's your form. So you're going to write it in such a way that it's going to be like it's more like an exchange. It's not really free. If you look at it very, very well, it won't be free in any way. So the person is going to do one, is going to do two, is going to do number three for you and all that, why you give that person that service. And then the person is going to also, part of the point you're going to write is that the person should post about it, expressing the person's joy. And then you need to add also that if the person is going to give review, the person cannot give anything less than 5 star, because I mean, you didn't pay me, you don't have the right to say whether I'm on time or not. I'm just saying, but of course you should ensure that you keep to the time you're probably telling the person, if you're going to have a meeting or you're going to have a clarity call. As much as possible, avoid clarity calls on LinkedIn, because one of the things I've noticed is that if people have not known you, or if you've not exchanged work or time, or they cannot place value on you, you probably just dress up like this, the way I dressed up, and show up, and then it will literally be only you, and the person might counsel on you. But then of course, if you have reached a particular consensus and you need to do some meeting to clarify what exactly the person wants, but then you need to also determine what you want to do for the person, not what the person wants. So it's going to be super clear on your when the person enters your DM, right? You tell them, maybe on our post, we can say share this if you want to be a part of this. Then when they enter your DM, you should be able to tell them exactly what you want them to do, right? There must be an exchange. I'll still say it again, there's nothing free. If you're in a place and you're not making effort in the direction of something you consider that you didn't pay for, you're not doing well for yourself, because time to time you see that your value will keep going down, because the truth is that's how the earth is wired. You might think that nobody's seeing you, but it's just life. I don't know how to explain it. You can, sooner or later, you get so much, you start regurgitating on so much of information, especially if you're not stepping out as much. Okay, so we said again, this is our project week. Our video class is going to start next week for the gold members only. I would communicate it in the email, because that's the only way we can differentiate. That's the word. Separate people who paid for sapphire and gold, and then I'll do one more class with the sapphire group. Any other thing will now be implementation to the end. The volunteer group would separate you all into different groups so that you can start working already. And I'm not even impressed by the volunteers, because if you came in on board to volunteer and you're not even asking, okay, what next? You're not even in my DM prompting, or even online. I mean, we say share posts, you'll be looking. I'll post, some of you will not even engage on my post. I'm like, okay, who am I? Who are the students in this place? Because I don't understand how we'll be having over 40 persons and you just come on board and you're not doing anything. You're not even asking, okay, the meeting we're going to have now, okay, how do we get this done and all that. So I don't know exactly. So if this camp meeting is probably concluding, I don't know how I'm going to work. In fact, one of the things I noticed was that there was a particular person who would move from community to community, literally engaging, and as if that's the only way she belongs to, and she's getting opportunities. I mean, looking back, I don't really blame her for doing that, but I'll say it again, we've talked about personal branding. You can't do better than your visibility. And this, in this area of life, over sabi is allowed. I just hope that this thing can ring in your mind. I'm going to say it again. In this season and phase of your life, when it comes to making money, over sabi is allowed. Over sabi is allowed. Sorry if you're from other countries and you probably don't understand this English. It just simply means that, right, doing a little bit beyond what you are probably brought on board for is allowed once you get to this phase, right, of making money. Literally, because people just want people who will make things easier for them. They don't care where the person is coming from. But then I've not volunteers, I've not gotten that vibes yet. I'm going to be pruning the group today. If I see anybody who volunteered and has not made any movement, I'm just apologizing ahead of time. I'll just remove the person. I'll check. We'll also check, of course. Thank God we've been taking attendance from day one. We check the spreadsheets. Once I notice the inconsistencies, we'll just remove, so that we understand that you're super busy and it's totally fine. Okay, somebody said that's why people should earn the 5-star rating. Okay, I don't know. The conversation is a bit, I don't know how. Okay, maybe it's, I think there's a, what did they call it? A time lag between the going live, right? The conversations live and then in studio. Okay, so I'm hoping that I understand that a little bit. So please have all these you need to align what you want people to do for you based on your niche. What you can do is, again, like I said, when you do this assignment, just drop it on the group, so that it's going to be super easy for all the volunteers and everybody that is going to be working with me to be able to go over the forms and say, okay, for your particular niche. So when you're writing, please write your niche. When you're submitting the form in the group, right, write your, the deadline is by tomorrow 12 p.m. Tomorrow 12 p.m. After 12 p.m. I would not even bother myself, right, about the form. So I said you're going to write what you want them to do for you. If you need to collect them into a WhatsApp group, get a WhatsApp group already for this purpose, because you don't want to not have a community out of it, especially because it's going to be your sweat and blood, right? So essentially, that is what I've been able to discuss tonight. So if there's anybody who I've not, that I'm yet to meet up with on the group, I dropped the key to backstage. Please just come up now. I'm going to be allowing people in. Okay. Okay, let me be looking through. Okay, Neddy, we will talk. You can just come in. Anybody who we need to, I said I was going to talk with, like you, Neddy, we need to talk. And then I think I noticed I saw Mrs. Yemi Dabiri. So any other person, please go and share. At least I think I left the flyer for the event tomorrow. Please, we really need a lot of people on ground. Today, this week has been our slowest. I noticed the dip last week though. Not this week was not the first time. I noticed quite some form of dip last week and then this week as well. And I believe it's because most of us are really not pushing the narrative. So okay, let me see if I can even have it beside online. Okay. So so because I realized a lot of us are not have not really been pushing the narrative for the event. And trust me, if you pay attention, right, everything you're supposed to get on the group is already there for you. Every little thing in fact, our event sometimes it's wired to benefit us. The only advantage that we have over people who come on those live who are not connected to us is that they might have so much information, but then they will not have anybody who will judge them a second time to ensure that they do it. So I'll say again, if you're coming in late, we talked about number one, we talked about you haven't decided what skills, get your reviews from all the patient clients you've ever worked with. All the clients you've ever worked with, get your reviews, get your recommendations. Then for Monday, have a Google form where you will list. We're going to give you, I'm going to send the template of how you can offer what you would want to offer to persons. That's number one. Then number two, yes, templates of what you would want to offer to persons, right? Then you give a freemium, but there should be clauses clearly stated in the form. So number one, you'd give me a recommendation. Number two, a review. Number three, um join, if you would want a WhatsApp group, join a WhatsApp group. If you're not ready now, that's why I said you need to give allow a broad range of persons to register, but you're going to have some form of urgency for those people who are able to create that post very early. It would be super lovely if you drop your templates. Of course, I'll drop mine this night. Tomorrow, I don't know, I might be super busy after the event, but I can try. Most times I usually stay awake at the end of every event. I don't know, it's more like a therapy for me. I enjoy it. I kind of lyrish. um I go back to the event, see again if we did well and all that. So I might be awake, I'm not so sure. But then just drop because it has to be niche specific. You can't copy and paste. You can't copy and paste if you don't communicate as though you know what you are doing. Some of our brand stories, when I read it, I just did like this. I said, after talking for 5 hours, after talking for 2 hours the next day, I mean, I was just asking myself, Lord, help me. That was literally my conversations eventually. But then I'm hoping that a lot of persons will um push a little more in this direction, right? That we can all improve as well. So I would want to say thank you so much for coming in. So I've given the assignment. So please let's go ahead and do the assignment. You can see as I'm dressed up like this, I plan to do lots of videos this night. So for people who are in the gold class, please, we've given you 1 week so that, because in the last boot camp, when we unleashed the videos, the YouTube, everything at the same time. So people were pressured. So we just ensured that you were able to find your footing, right? Before we're going to gradually unveil YouTube next week. So please go ahead and get yourself ready. Start talking into the camera. And in fact, maybe you could even do the offer as a video offer. So everybody in the community, yes, maybe we'll just give that, let it just be a pro bono for everybody who came on this what do they call it now? This meeting now, because some people are still not here. So let it just be a pro bono. Of course, we'll have a main class of how to prepare conversations essentially. So for us, because everybody is here for now, I'll probably just share a little secret. When you want to curate a video, right, the same way you would do content, your writing content, the same flow, okay, having a hook. Now the thing is, most times when you want to do a video, there's a sequence that is very, very important. I'm going to repeat that. Usually you will not see it anywhere. In fact, most people don't know the sequence, right? So that's why maybe sometimes their videos don't really have that much energy. right? So one of the things you want to do is pay attention to a particular sequence. You can just browse around it when you leave here. Maybe let me just type the name. For those people in the Go class, will I'll literally walk you through it. So our live events will literally have will okay. I didn't write it fully here. Okay, no problem. So it's called the Miles Monroe motivation sequence. No, let me correct that. It's the Monroe, not Miles Monroe. Miles Monroe is one of my favorites. So I don't know why I remembered him today. Ah, God bless his soul. Okay, so Monroe motivation sequence. Let me just write Monroe motivation. So these are the things. You don't just go ahead making videos. Sometimes when I see some videos on LinkedIn, I just cringing. I just literally cringe. But I said there's no problem if you don't know, you don't even have any challenge, right? So it's essentially the Monroe motivation sequence. It talks about everything around arranging what you're going to say. So what people call the content writers call hook. For videographers, video content creators, they call it attention, right? So it can come in form of the IDAS, but it's not necessarily the IDAS. So you talk about, you say something that might be controversial, something that might be um like a hook, something that is attention grabbing, right? Once you've grabbed that attention, you can either debunk it immediately as a rehook. Like, let me give you an example. Okay. Um, which example can I give you now? Let's say, do you know that more than 80% of persons who come online have never made a dime? Then I can laugh. So, debunking it will be, where did I even get that information from? I know you've already bought into the ideation. I better go. I've never seen anything like that before, but sit with me. I have 3 points that you're going to be hearing tonight. That when you literally, okay, so this is me just paraphrasing, right? I won't even talk like this if I'm doing a video, but then, okay, I just gave you something super controversial at the beginning, and then my rehook is either further pushing in. Then I would say again, for the sake of what's the word now? Okay, is there anything going on? For the sake of, I'll be joining soon. Okay. Network is bad. Okay, I'm so sorry, guys. I also noticed that something, the network threw some people out right now. Okay, so let's just be going right. Thank God this is something that is recorded. Okay. So now this is what I'm saying now. What you do, the next conversation is for a thought leader. So yes, we said that part of the things we're going to be discussing tonight is as well thought leadership. For a thought leader, what you'd want to do is stay clear of controversies, pay attention to data. So what you might want to do as well is just research. Okay, I want to talk about weight loss. I want to talk about public speaking. I want to talk about um child abuse. I want to talk about, so what am I going to do? I'm going to just quickly research a statistics. There is one particular, what's the word, um there's a website that gives a lot of statistics very well, or web page, let me not say website, that's Statista. It's very good. Like once you ask it any question, of course you can also ask ChatGPT, but you know sometimes the figures in ChatGPT can be very wrong. So you might want to also reconfirm those figures with Statista, right? Just find out if this is correct or not. And many other Google, of course, you know that Google search engine, people actually literally participate. I mean, Google, and then what's the second, Wikipedia. People actually participate in. They literally contribute to some of these information that you can find on those sites. Okay, so this is me going back to the conversation. So you talk about, you have an attention grabber at the beginning. Tell people why they should wait to the end of the video, right? Another thing is, you are going to agitate just the same way you agitate people in your content writing by saying something. Let's say, how do I agitate? I know that the last time, let's say I'm going to be holding on the conversations about, let's say, someone should tell me what to do, so that I want it to be two-way. Okay, okay. I want it to be two-way. Somebody should just tell me something. Just tell me something that what's the word now, that you want me to talk on, so that I can just come up with an ideation of what agitation means. Agitation has to do with telling people what can happen to them if they don't pay attention to this. It means that they might likely be in the bandwagon of people who are actually not having results as well. So let's say, Okay, because I am my this is the monetization bootcamp. I'll say, do you know that um let's say, do you know that young people between the age of 24 and, okay, let's say 15 and 49 can be said to, let's say, percentage of young people are always online daily but have not made money out of it. Then I'll further do a review by saying, yes, okay, so let's say 20 to 30% based on a particular website was said to be this. Okay, now sit down. I know that you are literally experiencing the same. When was the last time you made money? So I've already agitated the person. Initially, it seemed like it was far home. Okay, the person was not, probably not involved. Then the next thing, you've already grabbed the person in, right? One of the things you would want to do again is agitate or paint the problem. Agitate might be that you're focusing on a particular person, right? Who is listening. Of course, like we say in content writing, in videography, do focus on one person when you're passing a message, because just prepare the information as though it's only one person, right? That is going to eventually have contact with that material. Okay. So once we are done from that place, the next thing we want to give is a solution. Okay, here are 3 points, here are 5 points, here are 2 points. And I'll tell you that the fifth one is going to be your best. I actually saved my best for the last. You don't want to skip this video. Okay. So you now name all of them. And then the next thing you're going to do, ensure you have a call to action that is specific and time bound where necessary. Okay, specific and time bound. So I'll say it again. Please go ahead and read on it. I just give a preview so that everybody can be a beneficiary, right? One of the things I would want to also suggest is just try and make a video. Let's see that Monday post. If you can make a video, if you have your phone and you can make a video out of it, please, let's see that. It will be lovely if we have videos talking about it as well, and then encouraging every other person. But I'll say it again, get comfortable with the camera. Okay, so Esther was talking about the last camp. Literally was fired. The first day, second day, third day, we had meetings every day, but I realized that it was super overwhelming. That's how my mind works, right? I just wanted to have the value for your money. I don't want to anybody to pay me for anything and then they're not getting value. I was not shaped that way. I don't even hold back. I mean, I've seen people run their communities with my ideations, and I'm very comfortable with it. The goal is, if you have decided to buy into my vision, I'll make sure that your own vision comes into fruition as well. So this is me promising it again to the goals persons once more. Okay. So we've been able to discuss today thought leaders. This how your conversation will be. Your goal is not controversies essentially. For a thought leader, you should thrive on data. Thrive on data. So whatever it is you want to talk about, ensure that you have good data about it. So before we come on Monday now, and we're seeing some people discussing Two Face and Annie. I don't know how you want to pull that off. Like I said, if you're a thought leader, you don't thrive on other people's gossips. You tell your own truth with backed by facts and data. Okay. So we have moved on from that, right? So the next thing we're going to be discussing, okay, yes, we've discussed that. So we said we're going to be having turning out materials. So your form should have everything you'd want to offer to everyone. So once you're already ready on that grounds, then I think we're good to go. We'll just move on with the other sessions. So I don't know. So far, if you have any questions, let me just see in the comment section. If you have any question, let me see. I can see some people backstage. Please, if you're ready to come up, please turn on your camera. I'm a camera person, program. I want to be knowing people, because I notice that sometimes if we use our banners and our portfolios, a lot of people, by the time they change their banner, they will just be somebody else. And I don't want to. Okay. So if we have, I'm going to. Okay, you're saying, oh, mommy, review. You're saying that if people cannot, they do not deserve a 5 star if they are not pulling their weight. That's why people should earn. Okay. Yes. So I'm saying that, yes, please don't offer anything for free without these terms and conditions. The person must meet that time. That's why you need to sit down. It's not something you just curate in 5 minutes, in the last minutes. I noticed that lots of us, we like last minutes. Please, it's not something you're going to curate in the last minute. So You need to sit down and think it through, because you'll be asking your time, how much really is my time worth? By the time I sit down and I do this excellent work for this person, how much is my time worth? That's why you must literally ask for these offers. And when you are about to submit the work, you can tell the person that please, the person should go ahead and fill all these things. It's not that you finish the job, you send it, and then you are now at the mercy of the person. Because supposing the person decides to just take the work and cater away, just the way you not want somebody to offer a service to a client, and then the client ends up not paying. It happens a lot on many platforms. So this is literally your payments, because you're building your portfolio. So for people who don't have portfolios, this is your chance. For people who have portfolio, this is also an opportunity to upgrade, because you can even be having a conversations like in your posts. You can say, while working with a client yesterday, nobody knows whether it was free or not. It's not written on your forehead, right? You can also curate a carousel showing how you were able to work with the person, right? And you can ask the person to please kindly share. So you're already building more communities, and then your work is now super trusted. That's essentially what you should have in mind. Okay, so I'll say again, I probably will just slow down a bit. Let me hear us on the conversation. Now I'm sharing the comments live with me, so that it will also help us see it as it's coming in. So please, if you have any conversation again other than I have said, please just go ahead and say something. Then please, people on the okay, yes, I've seen some people in the house. So we'll just okay, Chinoli Inina. Okay, yes, ma. Awesome. Okay, so I'll just add. Okay, awesome. Awesome. Ma, how you doing? Good evening. Okay, so I think network. Let me try that again. Nimna, how you doing? So how's our last week been? Were you able to do as many of the things we agreed on from the last assignments we gave ourselves?
Okay, good evening, Doug. Good evening. Thank you so much for the ginger.
Yes, good evening.
Yes, I wasn't able to do much, but as a help of Chinaza Ezim in the house, I must appreciate her support. She really helped out, so I was able to create my my brand, personal brand. But currently I'm working on my profile. I hope I'll be able to complete that by tomorrow, hopefully, so that I'll be able to share what I have done, and then maybe the numbers to showing on my own profile as well. So I've not been able to create the
Okay,
bank
awesome.
account because I was thinking I should be able to have my I should be able to be ready for me to now create a bank account. So I'm just trying to work on my LinkedIn optimization. After that, I'll quickly create the
Okay, but
account
then
as
are you the one
requested.
optimizing the profile? You know what? I'm just trying to. One of the things I do here as well is to demystify some of these things for you, right? So, essentially, you're not the one doing the
Yeah.
optimization. Are you? Are you the one doing the optimization? Are you the one? Can you hear me?
Somehow yes, somehow no. Because yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, go ahead. I'm listening, ma.
Hmm, network.
Hello, ma. I can hear you. Can anybody else hear me? Is it coming from me or her? Please, can we hear her? Please, anybody who is also in this the studio, please help me leave a comment in the inbox. Let me be sure of what is going on because I cannot hear her anymore. Okay, you can hear me also. Okay, and then I would say for the people who are currently on the live, right? Please, if you're having challenges with your optimization, you can come backstage. Let me, as you're talking, I'm going to look. Okay, so ma'am, Nina, if you can hear me, right? It's always better you explain what you do, okay? Because you don't want to assume, people might cannot assume what medical writing is, right? I help, I help is very important to your conversation. Very, 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 very important. And if the truth is that, right, if we do the I don't want to say anything, right? But if you do the assignment, you figure out that all your answers are in the assignments. So if you were able to get at least the 10 persons who are in your niche who are doing very clearly, you will see even how they write their own profile. So you hear things like I help, let's say I help healthcare professionals write content or something, something. You're telling exactly what you do. You can't just write medical writer. What's the name? Let me be looking at your profile as I'm vetting it already. Give me one moment. You blocked off. Okay. So I hope you are hearing me. You can't just write medical writer, public health specialist, project manager. Uh-huh. Nothing. No call to your banner. Your picture is lovely, by the way. Okay. I noticed that you have stretched, and this is simply amazingly beautiful. Even if you're frozen, I'm hoping that you see this even when you get the time to. It's so beautiful, but there is nothing on the banner. It's not telling, it's not giving the thought leadership vibes, and it's not really saying anything. Okay. I understand that we are all very busy, but yeah. We really need to do better. Okay. Ma'am Chineye, when you come up again, please just let me know. I think I can't hear you anymore. Something is wrong with your network. So I'm going to just bring Mrs. EBM. Hey, dear ma'am, you can come on board. Let me see. Okay, so I think I've lost you again from the studio. Please, let's do. Can we be a little bit faster? Tomorrow is church for most of us, so that we don't stay here for too long. Okay, Chinazo, let me just bring you up. Sorry, Miami BME, I think I missed out on you. Your network kind of threw you out. Chinazo, how are you doing
Hello,
today?
I'm fine. Good evening.
How are you doing
For
today?
Madam Nina,
Awesome. I
I'm
think I
very
was able to
fine.
come
Can
into
you
your
hear me?
DM today. Well done. How's everything? Awesome. I saw
Very
the
fine.
beautiful improvements you have done. Even in your conversations, they are very lighter, and I love that. But the
Okay.
challenge I'm having now is your your engagement is poor on LinkedIn. It's very poor, right? If you're starting out, right, you need to do a LinkedIn fast, like staying on LinkedIn. You have to engage voraciously. Even me, like this, I know that right now it's becoming like a call for me because I don't really have as much time, but that cannot be an excuse. Of course, obviously, when I
Yeah.
will eventually start working with somebody, that person will be giving me nothing less than 100 comments per day. I'm telling you, if you're coming, I hope
Okay.
everybody's hearing.
Okay.
If you're just coming in on LinkedIn, you cannot say, oh, I engage on this person post, this person is not engaged. You cannot even think about it. Just be engaging, they go.
Mm,
Just be engaging and be going,
okay.
right? So your post is not doing well at all. Your video tried, but that your video, you were super robotic. I don't want to leave any comment on it. So when you are when you are doing a video, it gets to a point where there's something called, were you using a prompter?
No, I wasn't
Were you
even
using a
the
prompter?
thing is that I was frustrated. Like I wasn't even seeing what I was doing. It was just frustrating. That was the last one that
Okay, I
was
can't hear you
even
again.
better. Okay, can you hear me now? I don't know. Network is very bad.
Yes, I can hear you now. Yes,
Can you hear me? Okay. I
I can
said
hear you
that
now.
I was
Yes,
frustrated
crystal clear.
with the yes, with the video and everything. The light wasn't giving me all the things I wanted. It was as if they were all backfiring that day. So I just uploaded that one.
No, it's better you stepped out. And that's what we're going to be doing henceforth. It's better you stepped out. Once you've stepped out, you've broken the jinx, right? And I don't see anything wrong with this video. Of course, okay, you need a little more lighting, like maybe if even if it's an LED. That's I'm using. How do I show you
Yes.
guys this now? You can let me just remove my camera. I hope I'm able to set it up. You can use something like this, and or you
Okay.
can crop it like
Okay.
this. And some of them, what
Okay.
you do
Okay.
is
Okay.
you need to start.
Yeah.
What do they call it? If you're not ready to get there, just go and see. It's a cure. It's a cure. Go to the market first, right? And just ask.
Okay.
In fact, when I went to get some of my gadgets, I didn't even surprised. I know that some of them they might have cheated me. Or I don't care.
Mm.
The only thing is that out of his comfort zone, the person should just count himself lucky that he met me, because if I tell myself any why I shouldn't buy it. I'm the one who the brand is also on the line. I don't want to make anybody think that but I'll say it again for most of us that are starting out. Please let this not be any pressure. And that's why I would say that your video was literally 100%. That is the video itself is 100%. It's now your conversation and
Okay. Okay.
your relatability. You were too
Okay.
frozen, like your thoughts. It
Formal.
was like your thoughts were dropping. Yes, I've seen a lot of people do that. The goal is you want to show that this is what I do. After all, nobody made you do
I
this
do.
video. Do you understand? So your conversation
Yes.
should be around this is what I do. I'm comfortable to share what I do. So as much as
Yeah.
possible in the right frame of mind, and it's not I will not do the video till later when I feel better. No, is that you're going to tell myself I feel better now and I'm going to do a better video. That's how it works. And before you know
Okay.
it, yeah. In fact, most of the last video campaign I didn't even write a script. Even though I'll advise everybody write a video script, it will help you. But because I also am focusing on fluidity, and partly because I've been teaching people,
Yes.
so it won't be the same with you who's just starting out here. So it's something I've been teaching people every single day. So if I just set the camera and brah, my mouth will just start running.
You
So
already
that's
know
one of the
what
things.
you
That's
will
why I even
write.
dressed up. Exactly. So, but then
Okay.
always have a script, and then there's something called teleprompter. Just download it. Once you
Okay.
download it, you can have like a second pair of device and just be reading
Yeah.
from it. But before you use a teleprompter,
I can't even
ensure
do
that you've
that because my eyes won't.
internalized. No, there's a way to use the teleprompter.
Telephone.
You put it right. You see where my camera
Okay.
is. That's where people normally put their teleprompters. So you will never know.
Okay.
But the only place where you can be caught is if you've never even just gone through the material. And then if you
The
did
material.
AI garbage in, garbage out, the English will be
Yeah.
too funny for you to read out. So that's essentially our discussion. But then other than
Okay.
that, how many hours you spend on LinkedIn today? Okay, let's say this.
Today I've been out. I had so much. I was out throughout today. I was in church like almost half of my day. So I've not stayed in LinkedIn for an hour 30 minutes. I'm not sure. I've not for today.
Okay, awesome. Then for your brand story, I kind of have a
Okay.
challenge with it, right? You didn't really
Okay.
dwell more on the brand itself in the sense of you being a brand.
Okay.
You were now talking about
Okay.
you being a passive consumer in the digital space, uh, thinking it wouldn't bring results. I don't know if that's the best thing you're going to be talking about. I mean, somebody calls you and say, "Tell me about what you do. Why are you doing who are you doing it for? And what are you doing?" then you're telling me I've been on this digital space.
Okay.
I've just been a passive consumer. You can see that this answer is like this. So I'm hoping that you need to
Okay.
sit down again and come up with something. If there was something you were passionate about that made you read law, maybe somebody was convicted wrongfully in your environment that you knew, or it's just something came up, a drama that held on, something that,
Okay.
or maybe it was just a matter of weeks for you. You were just super intelligent and your parents were comfortable. But while you were studying, something struck your heart during studies that made you have to come up with a story that is relatable, that is curable,
Yeah.
that brings healing to anybody who hears it.
Yeah.
Okay, that is super emotional. Please, we are emotional beings. I know that a lot of us, we have really found help in God, in the sense that, ah, when people are behaving somehow, that's now I'm even learning it the hard way, because on a normal day, if somebody does me anything, I'm like, okay, I just move on. That the reason why I move on is because I pray. So I tell God in prayer, and then I assume that, well, if I'm not bothered, after all, you're the one who offended me. If I'm not bothered, there's no problem now. But I realize that people are even offended in the fact that I'm not offended. So I had to start saying, okay, now I have to, if I've said it to God in prayer, I still also need to find out if the person is doing, because if not, you know, as somebody who is not pathetic, and truly, if you don't emotionally connect with people in the sense of forgiveness and all that, people will not be around you much. And this is me also being vulnerable, right? Most of the people who have challenges with me, sincerely, I don't care. But they are angry with the fact that I don't care. So now I have to tell myself the truth. I'm a human being in a human world. Even though God gives me the healing I require, I also need to find out that these people are actually also doing well, so that they will not go and do anything to
Yeah.
harm themselves, because that's the story
Okay.
that and the narrative that people are coming up with now. So you need something super emotional. Okay. So I'm not comfortable with that brand story. Okay.
Okay.
Is there, do you have
Uh,
any
mm,
other question? Let me see if I
yes,
can
there's
see.
something about Madam Nina. So I've been the one helping her in the since afternoon to revamp her LinkedIn. I wanted to do it the optimization myself, but she said she wanted to learn how to do it herself. So I've been coaching her on the way to do it. When it comes to her LinkedIn banner,
Okay, go ahead. Let me just take
I
it. Go ahead. Okay, I think
okay,
network.
when it comes to her LinkedIn banner, I was asking her of the things that she has done that I can use for her LinkedIn banner to stand out. She was talking about that she wanted those skills that you saw on the banner, that's the is only two skills that she has presently. So I advise her that she should ask other medical practitioners that will help me elaborate what she does. So she said she will get back to me on that one. So I wanted to know if the
Okay.
color I use, because I use the color that will relate
So
to the
for me, it's
dress
very
she is
simple.
wearing.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm listening to you. You were saying something.
Okay, let me look at. Okay, yes. So what I was saying is this, right? If she had done the first
Okay.
assignment, it's simple.
Mm.
And you don't just write those topics, right? Because you don't just write those, even on banner, you don't write those topics. You have to see your results. So I'm hoping that maybe by Monday now, when she has people come on
Yes.
board, that she would offer some services to.
Okay.
It will also I
Yes,
help.
because there's no results. Mm. Ah, shit. You are frozen on my own side. I don't know what network is playing prank on me. Can you hear me? Oh God, network. Oh, I see your mouth moving, but I can't hear anything.
So um So if you can hear me, please leave something on. Okay, you can, but it seems like my screen is frozen. Can anybody else see me? Okay, somebody can hear. Okay, let me just try something. I don't know what is going on. I think my screen is frozen, but somehow I know that you all will be hearing me if you're hearing me. Do I reload this page? Hey, do I reload this page? Now I'm in a crossroads. Please, who else can hear me? If you can hear me, just say you can hear me. If you can hear me and see me, I'll just reload it. Oh God, that's risky, but I think I can be heard now. I think I can be heard now. Yes, yes, I think so. I think I can be heard now. So, what was I even conversing about? Okay, awesome. Okay, it's not frozen. Yee, I didn't know. I really apologize for that. So, like I said, if the reason why I said find 10 peoples is not for, it's not for watching sake. It's not for, oh, I know 10 people now. I'm going to just go and be commenting. You see how they write their banners. Your banner should literally be speaking a language to everybody who is going to hear you. I help results. I have helped. You can do results if you've had results. So I have helped. Like for me, you see, I wrote, let me even open what I wrote for mine, right? I sat down because, of course, I knew that I was going to be teaching, so I did everything myself as well. So it's okay if she says she wants to do it herself. It's because, of course, everybody knows where they are going to from here. So what one of the things I wrote was, because I am a coach, I wanted to focus on narrow my paints my, what's it called, my banner as result oriented. So I wrote, I have reached over 30,000 professionals, helping you earn on LinkedIn, gain visibility, podcasting, and of course, public health advocacy. Then I still wrote my call to action right on my, right there, send the DM, start your journey today. Okay, so I would say it again, have a habit of reviewing your profile at any point. Your banner, it don't cost you anything, right, to do that. So one thing you want to do is, so that if anybody clicks on your profile, because the truth is, your banner is the first thing anybody will see when you send that connection request, right? You cannot be in this camp and you have less. In fact, in your first week, there's 700 connects for every new time. Uh, what's the word now? For every first time on LinkedIn. Okay, so the way people take you really seriously is that they will see your banner already, and they know that if you have spent time in coming up with an excellent banner, an introductory message, your about is intact and beautiful, they know that you will not waste their time. Like I said, on LinkedIn, the more people you connect with who are inactive, they will affect your reach, right? Because LinkedIn has now started showing people's content first to the people who they are connected to. And if the people who you're connected to don't take your post seriously, that is how literally and third degree connections, right? So you really have to make sure that whoever you're connecting with is engaging. Now, in this case where you are growing, it's now more of a vice versa thing, right? You're now the one who needs to be connected with people. So if you are not giving that vibes of an excellent person, hey, what is going on? Who else cannot hear me? Who else cannot hear me? I just saw somebody give an update. If you cannot hear me, just write no so that I know where I am. But I can see myself move. I can see the blue halo here. So why is that some people cannot hear me? Let me see what is going on. I can see myself here. Find 10 people. It's not for watching sake. It's not for I know 10 people. I'm going to just okay. But I can see myself move. Okay, so I can hear myself even on the feedback. So I think something might be wrong. Okay, awesome. So Messi John, I think something might be wrong with you. Or maybe, because it's YouTube. The beauty of YouTube is that if you come in late, you can press to where you are. Maybe you've not gotten to this point where we are actually on the, what's the word now? Right on time. So now the idea, okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Mem Amaka. So now this is it. The idea is this. Again, I said, when I asked you to come up with those 10 persons, part of art is their banner. How number one, number two, how did they craft that welcoming, that image, the words on their banner? So you don't just give yourself awesome. So you don't just give yourself to someone and you don't have anything to tell them. You're going to give the person, whoever that you're going to be working with, a lot of work if you already don't have your own brand statement, right? So I help because I have helped some people, helped over, for me, like I said, I've reached over 30,000 professionals with helping them earn on LinkedIn and the likes of it, down to public health advocacy, because of course that is my main long-term goal. So I still found a way to just put it there on my introduction as well. So that's what you need to do. Your banner should be called, and you should have a call to action. Even me, with how fine my banner is, I still know that I need to do an updating. In fact, I've already contacted my graphic designer and I told him exactly what I wanted already. So the delay is actually from his end, not my end, right? So reviewing your profile shouldn't be like robbery. So even if you say, okay, I've optimized before, again and again, because you know what, clarity will always come. The more consistent you are, the more implementing you are, you would see many things that you would do better. I can't even tell you guys some of the things that have come up for the Phoenix Kids. More than 1,000 ideas has already come. The goal is how to pour them out. Now, if I don't execute some of the ones that you have seen, I wouldn't even know, okay, next time when I'm doing this thing, I shouldn't have done it this way. This is how I'm going to do it, that it will be better. So that's one thing with stepping out. Once you step out, you're better off. And that is why you need to step out. I mean, six whole days in the camp is huge. For me, day one, I'm telling you, implementation, one day is enough. In fact, some of these things that we're charging, I'll say it again, most people will just offer one class per week. And then the last class, I mean, it's 3 weeks now at most. So they will meet you on Sunday every week. When they meet you on Sunday, then the last one is your graduation. But I'm dispassionate because I know that one-on-one with me, in fact, what anybody paid for this camp cannot even get you on an official like one-on-one with me, in the sense that we discuss. But then, of course, like I said, my goal is please get better first. If you see road, I know some of you will still send me money. So that's why I want you to please put your heart into it. Person's research for 10% sake. I said do that research because I know that your answers is deep in those guys. Literally everybody. You see how I help very busy professionals streamline their this. I'm already talking like a virtual assistant. Then I help, let me see, data analysts. I help you uncover, I don't know, but this depending on your niche. Once you find those 10 persons that are actively building, I'm not talking about people who are into the 100,000 Of course, you can still look at them with a pinch of salt, right? Because they probably have stopped optimizing at some point. They've already had the following. Some people, it's just a habit. Once they've reached their goal, they just become complacent. So that's why it's not always so wise to hang around people that have overly made it. It might just give you this picture. They will say, don't worry about Bana anymore. Don't blah, 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 blah. That's because they really cannot have a memory. They might not have a vivid memory of what their growth really was like. Okay. So I've been able to discuss this already. So please, your banners, your profile should be given, your brand statement should be given, your story should be better. I didn't see any. Okay, I think yes, Esther's story was super captivating. I mean, she was able to link her childhood. Now that is how I can remember it, because you must be emotional about your stories. So the reason why I can remember, she tagged me, I could relate to it in the sense that, okay, there are certain people who probably could not express themselves at one point and they took to writing. And I think I saw a few other persons, right? So please, your goal is memorabilia. Be memorable to anyone who will read it. So I can't read your brand story and forget. Then it's not a brand story. I'm still saying this again. Okay. So I'm going to be just bringing, based on when she comes back, I'll just add up. I can see mem in BME. We're going to be quick. Today was not supposed to be a long class at all. So yeah, I can see Chinasa, you're back. Okay. Hello, ma'am. How you doing? How you doing, ma'am? How you doing? Can you hear me now? If you can hear me, just give me a thumbs up. You're currently live. Okay, let me look at it. So I think the challenge might be from your end, because I can see you here. How you doing, ma'am? How you doing? Can you hear me now? Okay, so I think you might want to fix your sound because you're not talking. Missy B and me. So let me just bring in someone that is ready. I think you're frozen again. So who else is talking? I don't really have much time. Okay. Chinazo, are you ready? Please, we don't have much time so that we can release everybody. Tomorrow is service day. Okay, so I'm going to make this trial again. Okay, so can you hear me now? Memi be me. Okay, so Mercy can hear me. Okay, that's awesome. Okay. Something, your mic is either muted. Something is wrong. Your mic might be muted. Okay, and then your mouth is not moving, so it's not giving me that you're here. A message on Miss Amaka, please, if you can hear her, please just let me know. Let me be sure that it's not from my end. Okay, and then your mouth is not moving, so it's not giving me. I'm not even getting you on an official like one-on-one thing. It says that we discuss, but then of course, like I said, my goal is please get better first. If you see road, I know some of you will still send money. So that's why I want you to please put your heart into it. Person's research first. 10% sick. I said do that research because I know that your answers is deep in those guys. Literally everybody. You see how I help very busy professionals streamline this. I'm already talking like a virtual assistant. Then I help. Let me see. I help depending on your watch, once you find your persons that actively okay, ma, you can speak now. I think this is when I started hearing you.
Good evening, Dr. Vivian.
Okay, good evening. How you
Good
doing? You look
evening,
amazing.
Dr.
Good to see
Vivian.
you. Awesome. I
I'm
can
good,
hear
and
you.
you? And it's nice finally having a conversation with you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So I'm so honored as well. So
You're doing an amazing job.
okay, so I know that you missed the first class. Have you been able to catch up?
The exam.
You might want to
Uh,
turn off the feedback device. Just turn off the feedback device for you so that you can, because I'm having the after conversation come in here. Okay, so I think network is doing a thing for you again. Oh no. Okay, who else is here? Please go ahead and speak so that we can move up. Mm, Chinoli, have we finished our conversation? Okay, she froze. Miss Ma'am Nina, are you still here? Oh, guy, I'm so sorry, everyone. The network is not helping you all. I don't think it's fair. Okay, so let me just go over some of a few things that we're doing this week. Like I said, have a Google form, have offers, pay attention, rewrite your brand story again. Okay, I'll send, let me even just get the template and put it on the group right now so that we all already have a template of how we can bring everyone on board. Then who else is ready? Who is backstage? I can see some persons here. So please just okay, yes, okay. I think I can see her here. Awesome. Oh, the network is really playing a huge drama. Okay, she's gone out again. Okay, let me just send in the template so that we can. Okay, awesome, amazing. So please, if you're just joining now, just sign the attendance. Like I said, I'm keeping it from my alibi, right? So that you can't hear me. How about now? You can't hear me? Okay. Chinonli. Who are these people that are in the what is it in the on the inside the studio? I can't see anybody making a comment at all. Okay, let me make an attempt again. Okay, awesome. She should be here. I just clicked on your coming on stage. So it's going to be essentially your device now that might be the challenge. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Amaka, for confirming that. So her device is just not bringing her up. Boop, boop, boop. I think you're using your phone, right? I'm suspecting. Network is just playing games. She's supposed to be up, but she's out again. Okay, so in the absence of that, like I'll review again for those people who just joined in. Our assignment for this week is that we are going to craft an offer for everybody who's going to see us. So I would advise you, please, between today and tomorrow, don't be giving that newbie vibes. Please optimize your profile, optimize, tell a story around your profile. If you did the assignment, like all of you are saying yes, 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 I have proof that you said yes, you've done the assignment, you didn't have any challenge with it. We had votes. That's why we open those polls weekly, daily polls, so that it's an evidence you said you did the right thing. And even though your results is, please go and optimize profile. You can't be leaving your profile like that. Please, you cannot. You can't be profile like that. So please help me. So mem EBM is not coming up again. I thought by now I should have I'm less. Please ensure you sign the attendance. I don't know what is going on here. So just ensure you sign the attendance. Ensure you sign the attendance. You should be in now, Miss Miem. I think I just added you. Okay, so let me reshare the attendance again. Please ensure you sign it, because next week we're not going to just let people just walk in at any time they want. Oh, okay. So you think it's a network, right? So please, if you're here, please sign the attendance so that we can be accountable for you and your growth. Okay, so I think in the absence of that, should we call it a night? I think so, because there's literally nothing we can do. Okay, so thank you so much, everyone, for coming on board. Please pay attention. If you need to come back to this video, come back to the video and clearly see everything that was stated out. Please, Esther, help me recommunicate all the things we require from them against Monday, right? So that we can get a lot of people have working on board. And please, if you are here and you have not posted about the event tomorrow, please post, take the link. Please, there's no posting without the link. If you post and it's just the picture, it's more like a fashion parade, right? So please help us post, say something about your story about public speaking. So I think Esther also wrote a story around her own. Don't just post your story, your journey in public speaking, what you might have lost. So that's the kind of hook a lot of people get. I lost that job. I lost the job 2 years ago, or I lost 2 years ago might be too far, right? It might not attract that emotion that some people might be requesting from you. Maybe let's say you lost a job maybe a month ago. You lost an opportunity about a month ago because you couldn't, because of this one, say public speaking outrightly. You've eliminated the elements of surprise from them. You can just say, I lost a job opportunity about 2 weeks ago or about a week ago because of this one thing. Stop your scroll and read. So you're already telling them that, okay, calm down and read this citation, because at the end of this, they're going to learn something. So that's how you write. You don't just carry everything and do boah, right? Lighten your write-ups. Let your writing have your voice. Let everybody who literally hear, read from you, laugh, cry, hear you. Just know that, okay, this is Dr. Vivian that wrote this thing. Okay, no, this doesn't sound like Dr. Vivian. That's when you copy ChatGPT and you paste it. I'll tell you guys again, ChatGPT affects your visibility, because there are codings within ChatGPT that you don't know, but the system recognizes. So they'll flag it. That's why sometimes your post is not doing well. If you copy and you paste, it's not gonna do well. Okay. So please, let's do better. So let me just see. Okay, I think she's still finding difficulty joining in. Okay. So we'll just, what you just do, Esther, is just open a poll and say, okay, I have done this, I have done this, I have done that, so that we'll also use it as an alibi, because that's what we've always done. So that when I'm going to go back to those polls, by the time I'll be judging with the most consistent person, the person who has given in so much work and all that, we'll be able to award people properly. Awesome. Okay, so I said this is just the opening phase. The next meeting we're going to have is for the gold team, and it is when our hands are really going to go dirty. So I said Monday and Tuesday, please set aside your time. Let's do this work. Okay. So this is where I'll just say, I think I've seen her again. The network is super bad. Okay, Mrs. CBME, we can just you. If it doesn't work, every other person can actually just go. Let me see what is going on here. Okay, so are you unmuted? I think you're talking to someone else. Okay, let me just check the feedback. So I think we can go ahead and call it a night. I'll go ahead and call it a night. I'll just get the template and then I'll share it with everyone. So I'll be ending the meeting in, let's say, 4 counts, right? Thank you so much for pushing effortlessly, right? Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate everybody who has been on the call so far. Please ensure you fill the form for your attendance. Do have an amazing night rest. So I'm going to be ending the call in